new stain. Phone glow, code name. Yeah, we blink, it shift shape. One clue, whole case. I saw it in the cut, side-eyed in the hush. Every grain got cracks, every fact fights back. You never know what'll snap. Oh, brand new mask, then it all goes black. Truth in the jawline, truth in the ash. I hear the floor talk when the timeline smash. Kiki 2025 true crime, coming in hard again. Kiki 2025 true crime. You never know what's next. Bring some truth out the lies. Bring some truth, watch your eyes. Kiki 2025 true crime, coming in hard again. Red thread, blue pen, names fold them bend. One call and two, now the room got wind. Dirty hands, clean shirt, same face, new smirk. I've been at this edge where the fake work. Every story wants a crown till it starts to drag you down. Loose lips, sharp teeth, and the whole thing leaks. You never know what'll snap. Oh, brand new mask, then it all goes black. Truth in the jawline, truth in the ash. I hear the floor talk when the timeline smash. Kiki 2025 true crime, coming in hard again. Kiki 2025 true crime. You never know what's next. Bring some truth out the lies. Bring some.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you, me and you. You like my intro? Yeah, I did a new one. It's a little shorter. I want to come up and say hello to everybody. Guys, I've been so distracted today. My son is on his way to Canada. And yeah, so I've been very distracted with watching him today. Hang on just a second, guys. All right. Say hello to Miss Sharon. Hello, Miss Sharon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for modding, dear. Me and you, thank you for being here and modding. Let's see. Grace Paris, thank you for being here and modding. All right. All right, guys. We got some in the bushes. Please hit that like button, even if you're in the bushes. I knew it'd be low in number until I get on a routine. I know I'm going to be low in number, and that's okay. As long as I keep these kids' names out here, I don't care, right? All right, guys. Yeah, he's traveling to Canada, and I'm just keeping watch. So if I get a text and I have to stop for a second, I'm sorry, and I apologize, guys. Anyways, okay, we are going to talk today about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He is a 15-year-old child that went missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 26th is when he was reported missing. He could have went missing on the 25th. We're not sure, right? But they reported him missing on the 26th of 2024. So over 2 years now. Over 2 years. Just want to say, we need to keep these kids out in the media. Summer, Sebastian, there's not really been any new news on Sebastian as far as I know, except for Seth has, got a lawsuit now, a federal lawsuit against Sumner County, Tennessee, and CPS of Tennessee, right? Okay, we're going to do our Fair Use Act because I am going to use some videos and some pictures today. At times, this channel may make use of copyrighted material in accordance with the Fair Use Act. The Fair Use Act is a doctrine in United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976, which states allowances made for fair use of copyrighted material for purposes of commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, education, teaching, and or scholarship. It provides for legal, non-licensed citation and incorporation of copyrighted material by others which may be infringing under other circumstances. Also, guys, anyone that we talk about today in this live, do not try to contact them or contact their jobs, right? This channel is speculations, discussions, and opinions only, not facts. Okay, let's get to it. I was looking through some of my pictures, guys, that I have here. And yeah, I pray he gets answers also, me and you. I really do. I was looking some pictures. Let's see, where was it? I had a question and I was thinking about, you know, was it really a search warrant that was served? What was it, about a year ago at Katie Prophet's home? Let's see if this is it. I think this is it. If it's not, I'll click off. No, that's not it. That's summer. I'm sorry, guys. Let me scroll down. And I saw where Nick Barris had posted this, which, in my opinion, sometimes, just like with the likes video, him saying it's it's not worth anything. In my opinion, I think the likes video is, but who am I, right? But this was August 1st, 2024. What's going on? Several of you have messaged me after seeing this notice regarding a warrant for Kay Proudfoot. She is the mother of a 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers who is still missing nearly 6 months. Hang on just a second, guys. Okay, who is missing nearly 6 months after he disappeared from his Hendersonville, Tennessee home. I know many of you have strong opinions about what happened to Sebastian. This is Nick Bear's words, okay? That's fine. I understand. Donated theories. I just want to tell you about this warrant so there is no misunderstanding. Authorities in Sumner County tell me Proudfoot is not under arrest. In fact, they say this portion of the warrant names her as a victim of harassment and she sought order of protection. I'm told this involves someone who believes Proudfoot was somehow involved with what happened to Sebastian. Beyond that, there is sadly nothing else new to report on Sebastian's case. Very interesting. I wouldn't think that there would be a warrant for that, right? And right here it was that he posted everything, ex parte warrant active, date received was 7/26/2024, date served not applicable. And that was on his post. But I started thinking about that and I thought, wonder really what that warrant was about. They say the phones and everything, but it makes no sense why they would come back unless there was more phones, more things, right? Let's see. There's more people coming in. Let me say hello. Hey, Kathy Gordon. Sorry, honey. Thank you for being here. Real Pocahontas, thank you for being here, love. Callie Kid, thanks for being here. And you need to be 18 and above to be here, guys. Just letting you know. I prefer 21 and above, but hey, TJ, thank you for being here in Modern. Okay, all caught up. Okay, I'm going to pull some things up. I don't know if you guys follow Lauren on X or not, Lauren on Facebook. Um, but I pulled this from X. Okay, let me pull this up. And trigger warning, and I don't believe this. I believe that this possibly was a boo boo on this news station's part, in my opinion. But I found this interesting, and I am, in my heart, I believe and I think that Sebastian is still with us. I think he's out there somewhere. Okay. So this does not reflect my opinion at all. I just wanted to bring this out because this is odd that it was worded this way. Notice that this is posted on March 17th, 2024. This is learned from Facebook. Okay. And this was let's see, that's not it. This was the news article for that right here. Sorry, guys. Nope, that's not it. Good grief. Hang on, guys. Let me get my act together. I thought I downloaded everything. Nope, that's not it either. Hang on, I didn't get it downloaded. But, anyways, we'll skip that and I'll come back to it. I wanted to read this. This was posted by Lauren on Facebook, and I'm not sure. It says New Year's Eve, maybe. I'm not sure. But it names KP. I'm going to call you out every day, this person is saying. Someone is going to get hurt or unalived. Why do you let this continue? Why do you continue to let your husband and family stalk, follow, and intimidate searchers? We have pictures and video, allegedly, in my opinion. And that's this lady's opinion on here, not mine. I don't know because I'm not in that area, but this was posted under Justice for Sebastian Rogers, evidently. Okay, here's another thing that was posted. And if you guys know things, then like I say, take them to TBI, take them to FBI, let them know, right? This all happened after being at the cemetery with others, it says. Hang on just a second, guys. It says, this all happened after being at the cemetery with others. Anonymous comment left on Narc Diver's video in April of 2024. And you guys can read that right there because I can't see it. It's too little. Too little for me to see, but y'all can read that for yourselves. Okay? Okay. Wanted to bring that up. That was a comment left. So, whether these comments are for real, if they, you know, if they're just anonymous. Hey, Wild Child, thanks for being here, dear. Hey, Teresa, thank you for being here, honey. Miss Peggy, thank you for a blast from this, of course, right? But we're going to give credit to this clip channel. I've never heard of them, and I've not watched any of their content besides this. But we're going to give them full credit for this video, and y'all will remember this video. I want us to listen to how the ones on panel seem to, in my opinion, I feel like they know more than they're letting on. and CP comes up on panel, okay, and he's angry, and just the different words. Now that we know what we know now, let's go back and listen to this, okay? Also, I'm going to start back on a case with Gary Sutton out of Tennessee, okay? Um, here soon because there's some things going on in his case, and I want to bring those out. So, this is the panel. Let me get it pulled up on screen. Let's see here. Okay, this is the panel.
Right? You cannot come
Let's
on.
go back to the beginning. Um, Elevated Truth, I think it was. Clue, maybe. Baldly.
Right? You cannot come on here and to have a respectful
Um, Graining, Queen Bee. So this was a panel from long ago. Trigger warning, because I'm sure there's going to be words, right? Grace says, oh Lord. But I think we need to listen to some of these old videos. I think they're worth listening to, right? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
conversation. Chris, for some reason it's showing that you're not connected, bro. You might want to go out and come back in.
I think it's a troll.
It's not. I can tell you it's not.
So why would they think that he was a troll, first off? What kind of, I mean, used to, was it not their name that would pop up on there? I'm not sure.
So it won't even let it says they will need to connect their mic cam before you can add them to the stream, Chris.
So you probably have to give permission, right? Like you know how like it's like, please give permission to your camera and mic.
Yeah,
He's been on panels before.
I know.
Yeah, as I say, I'm here. I'm listening. I was cooking dinner, so I was listening to you guys as you were talking. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just kind of taking it all in. To be honest with you, who was trying to come up?
all right, I'm about to
How you
bring.
gonna wait 20 minutes? How did I say that 20 minutes ago? Talking about if Queen's still even here, she can come in. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. Somebody just asked in the chat, large Marge or something said, "Am I still here?" Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Right.
you answered me.
So-
I was like, I asked that shit 20 minutes ago. What is you talking about?
All right, guys. So I'm gonna bring Chris up. So here we go.
All right.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Hey, Chris, what's up, man?
What's going on? I want to know what's this talk that somebody on this panel is saying that I told you that my truck was in that neighborhood the night Sebastian went missing or the night before.
That's not what was said.
So right there off the bat, why does he assume that they were talking about his truck being in the neighborhood is my thing, right? That's what I'd like to know. Why would he assume that when they're saying that no, Chris, we're not talking about your truck. All right? Kind of odd in my opinion. Here we go.
What was said was you said that your truck's Wi-Fi was in the cart when the cart team did their thing from on the 25th or the 26th. And I also restated that it could have very well been when you came home after Sebastian went missing.
So that would.
So right there, that's another thing I wonder, and in my opinion, did the cart team, did they report this? Okay, Grace. Did they report this to Seth? Or did they just tell law enforcement? Did they not tell any family? Right? Did he know that this this was going on. I'm not sure. I mean, he wasn't told hardly anything, in my opinion. So, was he told this?
It had to have been the 26th when I got to my house
That's
around
what,
Correct.
that's what
in the
that's
afternoon.
what we said.
That's what we said.
Chris. That's exactly what we said.
Yeah, I said it has to have been when he was coming home from the work site.
That's
So,
what was said.
my truck wasn't in the area, the vicinity, and the FBI knows this. So don't speak of my truck being in that vicinity, that area, until the 26th at 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
That's what we said.
Well, not the time frame, but
Not the
Well,
time
now
frame,
you know
because we
the
didn't know
time
the
frame.
time. But what we said was that they did it for the 25th and the 26th. So it's just as much likely that it was when he came in after Sebastian went missing.
Yeah, and
Hey, Lulu, you see how they're using their words right there? In my opinion, they're using their words like, we were talking about the 25th and the 26th, but we didn't have the time frame correct, right? So, did CP push this narrative on everyone, or did they believe him? Or, in my opinion, do they know? I'm just curious.
that's why I was confused, because I was like, what? And then that's why I said it had to have been when he came home.
Well, see, the
Or,
problem
whatever.
is you get a bunch of people out here. You say one thing, you mean one thing, and this, that, and another, and then it runs wild like a fucking brush fire that goes crazy.
it's true.
And here we are. We're 10 months into this. We got no leads. We got nothing. But yet we got another team over here that's out here just throwing shade left and right, and a bunch.
Do you see that right there? He said, we got another team that's throwing shade out here. Throwing shade out here. But listen to this, guys, because you'll see. Watch.
Bunch of crap.
That's what we're talking about. We think it's very dangerous. People are being thrown under the bus, and nobody seems to fucking care.
Who's in the back chat?
I
True.
have no idea. Hold on.
It's that fucking psycho.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it in the back chat. Yeah.
So
I don't-
who is this person?
I don't-
I do. That's the person that's attached to that woman that accused you, Clue, of having
I
something to
have
do
no
with
idea
it.
who it is, to be honest with you.
What the hell's her name again? She was making those anti-sex videos, and out of nowhere, she went nuts on us. Remember?
Oh, momming it
You
up.
talking about momming it up?
Oh, that
Yeah.
crazy bitch.
That's her, man, in the back right now.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, she just said, I'm psycho, LMFAO. Yep, you psycho as fuck.
Says
and you
Chris,
dead.
tell them to let MK Ultra in.
And you
Yeah.
need a business.
Well, I
It ain't
blocked
my
the page.
show. It ain't my show to control who gets in and who gets out.
I wouldn't let them in for
Guys,
anything.
I
Those
was
people are fucking
commenting when I was
So
muted.
I'm not
What I
even,
said was, I don't know if that was her in the back chat or not. I'm just playing this because, of course, I wasn't on that panel. So I don't know if that was really her in the back chat or not. I don't know about that.
going to pay attention to that. What I want to talk about is what we're doing up here.
Right.
Mhm.
The point of this situation is that all of the bullshit has got to fucking stop. All of it. The putting shit behind the scenes for creators to talk about. Seth needs to stop it. Chris and Katie need to stop it.
Well, hold on.
And
Let me
either-
stop you there because we ain't putting stuff out behind the scenes.
Bullshit.
Well, Chris, can I
What
ask
are
you
we?
about
Hold on.
the
What are we
dance?
putting out
Bullshit.
behind the
Hey,
scenes?
Chris, don't put me in this position.
So this right here, I'm just going to say, hey, Bear Honey, thank you for being here. I'm just going to come out and say it right here. That if creators, and this is my opinion, but if there are creators that know things that happened behind the scenes that weren't out there, they need to let TBI and FBI know, right? They don't need to hold it in because this is for a missing child, guys. This is a child that Seth wants home.
Don't do it. Do
What are
not
we
pull my
putting?
man card. Chris, don't pull my man card and put me in this position.
I ain't pulling anybody's man card.
Chris, I'm going to ask you one more time. Do not put me in this position.
Well, the way you're making it sound is a little odder than it may be true. So maybe instead of getting like that with him, because he may not know what you're referring to, because to be
Yes,
honest,
he does.
but it's for
In my opinion, it sounds like, and this is my opinion, and we can have them, it sounds like to me that people may know a little bit more than we think, in my opinion, because why would you act like that? Yeah. Okay. Yes, Sharon. I've been trying to find that. Can you send me the link to that, baby? Because we need to do it updated. This was what, 8 months in, 10 months in, and Chris says no evidence. There's no evidence. In my opinion, between Chris and law enforcement, Craddock, there is, seems to, in my opinion, repeat the same bull out of their mouth, right? You never even heard of them till this case, and I swear, sheep who needs friends. Gotcha, Bear, you're funny. Yeah, that's right. Here you go.
Sebastian, right?
I'm not up here to have an issue with you, Chris. I just sat here and said, I don't think you have anything to do with the disappearance of your stepson. But do not put me in the position of you saying that there's not shit being pushed behind closed doors when you know damn well there has been.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there ain't a thing out there that we're afraid of. We
I don't
haven't
think there
done
is either.
anything. Hold on. Let me finish. Because this isn't about fucking sides. Once again, when all these creators can get past this shit and finally focus back on Sebastian, then the case might go somewhere. But it won't go anywhere if ever.
Well, why would you go straight to talking about a truck and where the truck was, right? To, oh, Truth is saying to CP, right? I wasn't talking about that you done anything to Sebastian, is what he said, right? And I'm not insinuating that. I'm just repeating what they're saying. So think about it, guys. This, in my opinion, this isn't normal to talk like this. If someone's actually innocent, in my opinion.
Everybody is out here putting different narratives out there that don't even be out there.
We all agree on that.
Right. But that includes
So once
everybody,
again,
Chris.
yeah, that includes everybody. And I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you something. If you come at me sideways or you come at my family sideways, you can bet your tail that when we bring the proof, it's proof. It's plain and simple.
Well, that's the thing, Chris. No one is
I don't throw
accusing
shade at people. I bring the proof. That's the difference.
about what?
Whatever. If y'all want to come out and say some shit, come out and say it.
Who is said? What are you worried about someone saying? Like,
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't know.
That's
I don't
the
know. Hold
problem.
on. I don't know
That's
how
the
much
problem.
you said.
Because you all come out and say different things, and you all have your little riddle ways of putting.
I think you're confusing us with different people. Never have we done riddles.
Truth out
Never.
there yesterday or the other day said some stuff about Katie.
Like what, Chris? Open that can.
I don't have the exact quote on me, okay?
Well, if you're going to accuse me on my panel, be willing to back it up.
I am willing to back it up. If I have the
That's what I was thinking. Right? What? Thank you. Thank you, Lil Miss Sharon. Cinderella, hello, honey. Yeah, where's the proof? Have yet to see proof. It's skipping on mine too. Okay, guys, try going. I am in the back room, so that could be it. But try, it's not doing it on my end. Try going out and coming back in, see if that helps at all. And we'll see. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Let's try it again.
exact quote, I would give it to you.
What was it about?
In regards to whether or not Katie was there or her going to the school looking for Sebastian.
You mean my question of why did Katie go? Is it because Sebastian had maybe missed the bus and had walked there at some point? You're upset about that?
The way it was projected made it sound like you're questioning why did she even go to the school in the first place?
That's exactly what I was asking. Why?
Because she's a mother who has a son that goes to that school.
Right.
Why were your kid?
I would agree with that.
I
Why?
mean,
I would have gone there too.
I would have done the
My
same.
question was my question was there a history of Sebastian walking to school, which is why she first thought, let me go to the school. Now, if you took that as me being disrespectful, that wasn't what it was. It was, why was her first thought?
It may be because it is storming here, guys. Let me see if I can fix it. Hey, Nanette, thanks for coming in, dear. Y'all hit that like button, please. Subscribe. We need to get the likes up in here. I'm going to do some sort of giveaway once I hit a certain number of subs and members. Okay. Let's see if this works. I gave it a little break, walked out of the room. Let's see if this works. Sorry, Lulu. Sorry, guys.
Go to the school. It's a simple question.
Right. And it's a simple, logical answer to think about, too.
Okay,
It
so
is a Monday morning. He was supposed to be at school. So, just like any other parent out there who has children, they're going to do the exact same thing.
I mean, if my child was missing, I would be out screaming from the rooftops for him.
And you're saying that she's not.
I'm absolutely saying she is not out screaming from the rooftops for her child.
What you don't know happens behind closed doors.
That's not screaming from the rooftops.
Wait a minute.
No one can hear her.
The problem is every time that somebody comes out and does something or says something, it gets twisted and turned in such a negative light. It doesn't matter who it is.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
That's true, 100%.
I don't disagree with you on that. But when
Once again, you're out here saying this.
Hold on. No, I'm out here saying this because I've said that. Hold on. I've said this to you and Katie personally, have I not?
You have, Truth.
Okay.
And what you don't understand
Hold on.
You're not here in this situation. You're not seeing the whole picture.
Hold on. Now, when I had that conversation with you, was it one conversation, 10 conversations?
Truth, we've had several conversations.
Okay. Now, did I ever have that conversation with you with any ill intent whatsoever?
No.
Okay.
Not well.
So why are you mad?
Let me.
Why are you mad? Because I'm asking questions. Because I
Well,
want,
I'm
just
mad.
like
Hold on.
you want,
Well, let me answer your
Sebastian to
question.
be home.
I mean,
Let
you
me
got
answer
to
your
give him a chance
question.
to talk, Truth. To be fair,
So automatically, my phone has been blowing up ever since you started talking about my truck. So it's shit like that when it's put out there and you don't have the right information, which I'm pretty sure I've told you that before.
So, my thought is on this, right? If you have a report that your truck wasn't in that area, can you not show that? Like, if somebody was blaming me with something, I'd be like, hey, look here, you know? That's my opinion. I'd be like, look what the law enforcement found, or, whatever. Because I don't think that would be anything that would harm the case, right? Good, Lulu. So why not show, right? Yeah, that picture's worth 1,000 words, Kathy said. Where KP was driving to the school with her windows up and wasn't screaming for her son, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. So we'll continue a little bit more. I just find this interesting. I remember it, but I wanted to go over it again.
I said
That
exactly
when my
what you
truck
just
was
said.
there, once again, are you gonna let me finish?
We should be okay to
If you'll
ask
listen to what I
questions,
say and
right?
repeat it
I was
correctly,
trying
sure.
to, but I was
I get
trying
angry.
to finish my statement.
All right, go ahead, Chris.
So I've told you this before, and the cat's out of the bag. FBI looked into me a long time ago. They've tracked my whereabouts with no problems. So when you come out here,
Let me guess. With Live 360, right? Live 360, is that our proof? Because you can adjust Live 360, just so y'all know. You can play around with Live 360. You can change it to, oh, that's my work, that's this, that's that, right? Hey, Bo, thanks for being here. So Live 360 is not proof. And I want you to watch Truth Space on this. And I don't know that guy. I don't know any of these, personally or anything. I try to avoid, but I just wanted to go over this.
and somebody makes a statement, and then once again, like I've said before, you say something, and 50,000 people take it and they run with it and they twist and turn it. And you could bet your sweet ass this conversation will be twisted within less than probably an hour of the show being over, if not twisted now.
It's twisted now.
oh, somebody's
Yeah.
live. Somebody's live.
Yeah, but
Oh,
here's
they're
the
all in
thing.
the chat.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
true.
how people. It doesn't matter how people twist it, right? Like they're going to
For
twist
you, it doesn't
everything.
matter
You just
because you're not
hold
living
on.
this life that we live.
Are you going to let me
Plain and
finish?
simple.
Are you going to let me finish? Because I'm
Sure.
listening to you, right? You
Hey, Veronica. Glad to have you here, dear. Did you hear? You're not living the life that we're living here. I get irritated at that statement because it sounds like it's an inconvenience, and that's my opinion. Okay? If my child was missing, the only thing I would say, right, would say, you're not having to worry about where your child is. That would be the correct statement, right? Not the life that we're living, like it's an inconvenience. And that's how I take it, right?
cannot come on here and act like I'm doing something wrong because I'm paying attention to you and Katie. And you have no problem with everybody throwing shade at Seth. You have no problem with that. Okay. You can't come on here and pick apart something I'm saying because you don't agree with it now. but you sit there and have no problem with people attacking Seth.
Boom.
Okay,
I had problems when I
that's
gave
not
you the
fair.
truth. I
Your
have a
truth.
problem when I gave you the truth.
What truth? What truth?
I told you about my truck.
Is that not what I just said on my live? I literally said what you said. So why are you arguing with me about that?
Because there's a lot of questions about it. Because
That has nothing to
not
do with me.
everybody.
I said word for word what you said.
No, you didn't. Because it wasn't, well, my truck would have been there the 25th or the 26th.
That's not what I said.
There is no question about me on the 25th. I didn't show up until at least 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the 26th, period.
Can you just clarify the situation, Chris? Like,
Hey, Sassy. Thanks for coming in, honey. Good to see you all. So, right there, when he mentions the 25th, 26th, right? It looks like Truth is just kind of smiling. And that's my opinion, but that's what it looked like. So, Veronica says, yeah, like I said last time, I seen him was on the 26th. Well, how did you see him on the 26th? He was already missing. Good point, Veronica. Good point. Good point.
like what exactly? You show up on the 26th. They go for open networks. Like, what was the story? Just so it doesn't go further. And
So on the 26th, when I got there, okay, I went and talked to the detective. Probably, I don't know, I wasn't even home maybe in 30 minutes. And I went and talked to the detectives. Okay. Later on that day, I mean, there was, like we've said before, there's been people in and out of that house quite often. They brought in their special little tools and their gadgets, and they do what they do.
And right there's the problem. How many people were in and out the house, right? There's a missing child. You're trying to do tracking dogs and such, but there's 50,000 people in and out the house. No. Mm-mm. This was horrible from the beginning, in my opinion. In my opinion, it was not. I mean, you would think they'd close the construction site down, all those, things around that area. Everything would be completely closed off, right? To where they could find this child.
When they saw that there was my truck's internet on their system, they were like, well, this is a new one. Well, no shit, because it's my truck.
Yeah,
Let's think about that. Let's think about that. Oh, this is a new internet. If he had been home before in that truck, his internet would have already pinged like that it's already been there, right? That's my opinion. So, why would they say it was a new one? Because you've already been home before, right? Usually you have your phone and all that, your GPS, unless you could have possibly, could you have took the battery cables off and reset the whole truck? Maybe? I don't know.
that makes sense. That makes total
So
sense.
my truck doesn't need to be in anybody's conversations about where it was, when it was, and how it was.
Chris, did you hear me say that I don't believe that Chris had
I
anything
did
to
hear
do with
you say
Sebastian?
that.
Okay. So then in saying that, when I spoke about your truck, do you think I was insinuating that you had something to do with Sebastian's disappearance?
Yeah, I know. Hey, Kelly, thanks for being here. Me and you can turn your, like I have Apple CarPlay. So that's a lot of places, right? A lot of cars have the Apple CarPlay. And you can turn the internet on and off, but it's still going to be programmed into your car if they look at the box on the car, in my opinion, unless you've reset it somehow, right? Just saying. But yeah, did you hear what Truth just said? When I was talking about your truck, Chris, did you think I was insinuating that you had anything to do with Sebastian? And that was his words, not mine. And I'm just going to say, we've heard things too that people are watching us as creators, right? Gotcha, Veronica. People are watching us, and they probably have from the beginning. I'm no one important, right? But people have been watching us, and I believe the ones that know, Smiley done a very good live today. And I believe, like her, the ones that know something about Sebastian, in my opinion, right, are watching all of us and how they could hold on to such a secret about such a precious young man is beyond my mind, right? But in my opinion, with this lawsuit, I do feel like there's going to be things come out. Hey, couponing. Thanks for being here, honey. Hope you feel better.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not
If
what
I,
I said, Truth. That's not what I said.
I
That's not
know.
what I
So my
said.
point is, it was said that your truck was there. I explained that they did because you told me that they did the geofencing thing for the 25th and 26th. Okay. Am I right?
I didn't tell you exactly what dates. I told you when they
Okay.
did it. However,
Okay.
Also, in my opinion, right? Also, in my opinion, if there's creators or people that know things about this that haven't reported to FBI, TBI, and they know where Sebastian is, they can be they could be in some major trouble too. But usually the first one that talks and tells what they know will get the least amount of trouble, right? That's my opinion.
what I'm
Either way.
telling you is don't insinuate my truck or me on the 25th or the morning of the 26th.
I didn't. So why are you still
Because
stuck on
I
that?
mean, Drew, that to be fair, like I'm really trying to focus on the chat because I know we have trolls.
Yes,
And there are people saying that you kind of were insinuating. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I kind of felt that too.
And
I
that's
think
why I was confused. I was like,
right.
what?
I
I
think
really
that's why
was.
me and Bonnie were both like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, I
Go
mean,
back. Go
you
back and say
do
what I
have a
said.
way, hold on, you do have a way of saying things like this mysterious fucking chocolate in a like fucking Valentine box. Like, what the fuck am I gonna get? I don't know until I bite. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be
All right,
rude,
Forrest
but
Gump.
I mean, you do insinuate when you
Mm.
speak.
I mean,
So you're trying to get him back on track, right? With your guys' theory, is my opinion, right? Trying to get him back on track to push a narrative, in my opinion.
I guess what's okay is that we can grill Seth to the end, but we can't grill Chris. And we can't grill Kate.
No, I
Because if
don't
we
think
do
anybody's
that,
saying that.
No,
no, hold on,
No.
hold on. I'm gonna say I have the right to say my own opinion. I'm not saying y'all agree with me, right? But it's interesting to me that Seth has been accused of horrible things with Katie. Seth has been accused of
Well,
being
Seth
abusive.
doesn't-
Hold on, can I finish, please? Just 1 second. Seth has been accused of being physically abusive to Sebastian. Chris has been accused of these things. But what we're arguing is a truck being in the area. That's what made you jump up here, not all the other accusations.
So truth is laying it on the line right there. Seth has been accused of all this, in my opinion, but yet we've got these statements on this lawsuit that proves different, in my opinion, from what we read, in my opinion. But you get upset over your truck and your mommy, Chris, right? You get upset over mommy and the truck. What's up with that? Hmm?
But
So
the way that
yeah,
the
so
truck,
we'll address that real quick. It's real simple. What goes on in our family is not the public's business. We're not going to sit here, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you what in the world goes on or what happened in the past or any of that nature. That is not.
Well, evidently, in my opinion, it's CPS's business. But in my opinion, and I'll just say it, from the looks of what I see, that's the documents that's been read, not any CPS reports, because we don't have those. Only I guess Seth has those, from what I understand, because we don't have those. But what's on the lawsuit, right? Evidently, something should have been done a long time ago, in my opinion, to be able to get Sebastian out of the situation if those allegations are true. And I wasn't there, but you don't, I mean, lawyer is putting them on a statement, right? So, yeah, like Grace says, we know now, evidently, right?
Not the public's business. I'm not going to sit up here and do what Seth did. That's not happening.
so wait.
I don't care if it offends or hurts somebody's feelings. That God forbid the parent between Seth and I'm not going to sit here and bash Seth. I'm not going to sit here and put out personal information. That's nobody's business. How many people out there in all of these things have all said the same thing, that it should have never happened? And it's correct. It shouldn't have.
I agree.
It doesn't do anything.
Well, and comparing what Seth goes through, there's a shit ton more people that are accusing Chris and Katie. Look at them in your chat. Fucking
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not.
been in
Listen,
here.
hold on.
It's
hold on.
wild in
I don't-
there. Like,
It
I mean,
is.
your
And then
chat-
you're saying, oh, Seth doesn't care. People talk about. Tell me he fucking doesn't when I'm paying a lawyer for an injunction.
yeah,
When
that's
he
a
sent out
lie.
6
That's
And on
cease and
top of it,
desist.
a bold
Truth.
faced lie. He cares.
Well, I will say the truth. You and I, we've had our conversations, and we respect each other enough to understand we don't
Sure.
always agree, and we don't always
Absolutely.
disagree.
For sure.
But when your chat and my phone blows up with the perception of what you were, I'm not saying you're directly insinuating it, but even the fact that the way it came out was enough
So right there tells you truth. Who made Chris's phone blow up when you start talking about this? I think all these characters need to come out and say why they are, in my opinion, defending this when it's so strange that, you know, say, and this is something small, but say you steal a piece of candy or something from a store, which I've never done, but say you do, why not come out and admit it right away? You're going to go all the way around the truth and you're going to be a nervous wreck, right? Instead of admitting it, most, some people or whatever. So comparing it to that, that's, little, but I'm just saying, if a person, in my opinion, is not guilty of anything, I'm not talking about his disappearance because I don't know, right? But guilty of anything, why would you get so tore up and so upset of people talking about your truck, right? Veronica said, I wish he'd speak with me just once. Yeah, I'm not afraid of him. Um, anybody that wants to come up here on my panel with me, if they want to email me, you want to drop my email, guys, they're more than welcome to come up. Anybody. But, as far as any creator, sub, member, anybody, right? I believe if you know something about where Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is or what happened to him, you contact TBI, FBI right away and get that information out. Get the information out to the authorities, right?
That my phone blew up.
Listen, here's
And
the thing.
and that's a serious issue, man.
The serious issue is that Sebastian's missing. That's the serious issue. Your phone
Well,
blowing
yeah,
up doesn't
that's
mean
the
a
top
damn.
priority. That's not
Honestly, I'm not trying to be
that's the top priority.
disrespectful, but for people to be
Boom, truth. Top priority is Sebastian, right? Not your phone blowing up. And if it's blowing up right now because I'm playing this, I hope that it's ringing it to pieces, Chris. I hope somebody's letting you know that I'm playing this. I really do.
hitting your phone up, that tells me there's a lot of people on YouTube that have your fucking phone number.
No, just a lot of people have Facebook Messenger.
Well, maybe that, but my point is, I'm not responsible for the chat. Okay, I haven't even been paying attention to the chat because they've been saying just as much nasty shit about me in my chat. Okay, I'm talking to you. I've been talking to you through my message, through my lives. I've been talking to Katie through my lives. I've done it behind the scenes and personal. There is absolutely nothing, and Chris, you've got to be able to agree with me on this. There's nothing that I've said up here on this panel that you and I haven't talked about before.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, still weird, even if it's Facebook Messenger. Yes, Veronica, that would be great, honey. You can email me if you want to. But that's interesting to me, Truth, because if there's several creators that have talked to them behind the scenes and you know anything, then your conscience should be, and I'm not insinuating this, okay? I'm not insinuating, I'm going off your words that you've talked behind the scenes. But if you know anything relevant at all, then law enforcement should know about that, right? It shouldn't be held in. And I'm not disrespecting you at all, Truth, because I feel like somewhere deep down you may had concern for Sebastian, right? Yeah, thank you, TJ. Me and you says I agree. You are appreciated. All my mods are appreciated. Thank you for dropping everything. Yep, Veronica, I think so too. I think so too, honey. So, somebody needs to do the right thing and find out about this boy. 2.5 years later is way too long, in my opinion. Law enforcement needs to know this case. Sebastian needs found. This case needs to be closed, right? In my opinion, he needs to be back home with his father. Let me clarify, by father, I mean Seth. That's his father.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
So I'm not. So
But
I'm not up here. Listen, I'm not up here to smear you or smear Katie or smear Seth. Okay, that's
it's
not
not
my
a
goal.
smear. Listen, it's not a smear. It's the fact of an insinuation or the way that people perceive it. And what do? They're going to turn around and they're going to blow up the phone lines, the tip lines, and push this narrative that is so false. That's what they're going to do.
But hasn't that been the same thing? The little bit of information that you and Katie have put out to creators done to Seth.
Actually, no, we don't put out false information about Seth.
I didn't say false, just information in general.
I mean, to be fair, if it's information that should be known about Seth, isn't that worth
And-
just
Why doesn't
and I
that
would
work the
say this,
same? Why doesn't
what-
that work the same way for Chris and Katie though?
Well, if it's actual factual information, sure, put it out and call law enforcement. Go for it.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you, Veronica, for becoming a member, dear. Hey, Laura. Evening, Jen. How are you doing, honey? Good to have you here. Let's continue playing this. And Veronica, I will play your song at the end of this if you don't mind, dear. Thank you.
I mean, listen, you know
But
just
it's
as well
about
as I know.
Sebastian. This ain't about tit for tat of what he did in the past, what she's done in the past, what I've done in the past. Who cares? This
But
ain't about our
apparently,
characters. This is about finding Sebastian.
but I think
And if we go
unfortunately it has
tit
a
for
lot.
tat about, well, Seth did this, Katie said that, I did this, and blah, blah, blah. Once again, it doesn't find Sebastian.
But who put that information out there for everybody to know? If it doesn't matter, why was it ever put out there in the first place?
Well, how many times have you asked us about something about Seth and we've never told you?
Rarely.
Same concept.
Rarely.
Nope.
I mean,
Same
honestly,
concept.
listen, here's the thing. It's not about me wanting you to be bashed, Katie to be bashed, or Seth. I don't want any of the parents to be bashed. But I also,
Quit
at
the
the same,
crap.
no, don't tell me what to do with my channel because I'm not doing any crap. I'm simply bringing up conversation, Chris, the same conversations that I've had with you personally. I'm not talking about anything that I haven't talked to you and Katie about. So to assume that I'm coming on here and making shit up or pushing a narrative is bullshit because I'm not. And you just said yourself, everything I've said, I've spoke to you about already. So to insinuate that I'm putting out some type of narrative that is you don't know about, or you don't, whatever, that's not the case. My questions have come up based on the conversations that we've had, right? And at the end of the day, I will stand on this again. And I won't go into it any further out of respect. I have been very careful about speaking on Sebastian at all and why there were decisions being made because I think it is extremely important to protect a child, right? I also think that if the general public knew some of the things, they would understand why you and Katie and Seth were making the decisions you were making or attempting to make.
No, right there. That irritates me because it's almost wonder what Yeah, Jen, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Miss Sharon, for gifting a membership. If you received that membership, guys, please thank Miss Sharon. Yeah, oh, you renewed. Thank you, Veronica. I will play you guys a song. I'll lose train of thought if I stop it right now. But that's my thoughts. Exactly, Jen, is what. Oh, Real Pocahontas got it. Yay! I'm so glad she got it. She's so sweet. Thank you so much. Um, him, see, I lost train of thought. But him, it almost sounded like if he knew the things that were going on, that sounds like to me that they're pushing a narrative that Sebastian was being mean or whatever, and I don't like that. This child's missing, and you've listened to Mr. Foots, right? Mr. Foots, in my opinion, about what went on in that home. Um, and I think Mr. Foots maybe twisted the narrative around, right? Right? That's my opinion. So, but I do want to give, I don't know if truth is allowed on those panels, I'm not sure. But I do want to give him an invite to my panel because I think it might be an interesting conversation if, we could just talk like adults, right? If we could talk like adults and just have a good live show and have some questions answered truthfully, maybe, right? I am giving him a personal invite. If he wants to come up, he can come up, but I'm giving him a personal invite to come up.
Would you agree?
I'm not going to sit here and go over that.
I respect that.
What I will agree with is simply this: having a conversation is one thing, but when your chat, which I mean, no, you're not responsible for everybody. That's completely understandable. But as one creator has even stated, sometimes the way you say something almost seems like you push something in a different direction.
I just think it's frustrating to certain people that I won't push their direction.
I don't have a direction other
I
than
didn't say
finding
you.
Sebastian and bringing him home.
I didn't say you,
That's
Chris.
that's what I have a problem with. Is why is everybody so worried about the bullshit? And that's literally what it is, bullshit. Instead of actual finding Sebastian.
Well, to be fair, Chris, without all the information is kind of hard, right?
Right. But there's no
There you go. And instead of running off to Disney and all these other places, exactly what Jim's saying. I'm pulling this up. Okay. What are you doing to find and bring him home, Chris? That's what is straight up BS. Are you out handing out flyers? I mean, I've not seen it that I've seen. You could, but I don't think so. When you went to Disney, did you tell anybody about Sebastian? Hmm? Did you or Katie say anything about Sebastian or hand out flyer? Did you go searching at all? While Seth, his real father, in my opinion, right? We know that's his real father, is out here in pure misery, wondering where his child is. And this is what makes me so sick that if people know something, they need to say something, right? There is a child imagine in your mind it was your child. Imagine, put yourself, whoever's listening out there, put yourself in Seth's place. Okay? And in my opinion, if Katie had came forward like Seth and really you could see genuine hope and wanting to find her son and seeing the actions that Seth is doing, and this is my opinion, guys, I would feel bad for her too. But in my opinion, from what I've seen, right, a tree bears fruit. I don't see that with them. The only one that I see that is hurting and going through pure torment, in my opinion, is Seth Rogers. And I'll say it till the end. Because he just wants his son, man. And it's that simple.
No new information. I wish there was. There's nothing.
And because there's nothing, I think a lot of people are filling it with bullshit, right? They're filling the void with the gossip and the bullshit and those.
Well, now a creator's involved. I mean, so yeah,
Well,
this is the shit
yeah,
that's going on.
I think when there's a divide, somebody's going to fill the gap with something, right? And that's what we see day in and day out.
And I see a lot of comments, and I see a lot of comments about Katie, let Katie speak, and using the Texas Roadhouse video footage as an example, she was picked apart simply for looking for a waitress, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Like they picked that apart for weeks, or well, not weeks, but over a week.
Mhm.
I kind of understand why she wouldn't. Anything she does, she rubs her leg and people think something. Like I kind of understand where she's coming from there. It's a lot. People really tear her apart, you guys.
And see,
Well,
I think
well, hold on, and let me defend something real quick. People tear all of us apart. All of us.
that's facts.
People are tearing people apart in these shows for no reason. Now they're going after a pastor.
That is
Right.
crazy. That is
Excuse
absolutely
me, like help me understand how going after a pastor is going to help find Sebastian.
Thank you, Sassy, for gifting that membership. Congratulations, Jen. Thank you, guys. So, what pastor are they talking about here? That creators went after a pastor. I haven't heard that, but I haven't listened to this in full length either. If you know, put it in chat. There's a reason because your manga. Oh, I gotcha, Sassy. Hmm. Okay.
How
Well,
is bashing Seth, Katie, myself, my parents, and God forbid anybody else involved? How is it finding Sebastian?
well,
People are people in this world. And guess what? There's not one soul that is perfect. We all have our imperfections. But that's what makes this world go round. Because if it was perfect, it would be very boring.
Yeah,
And
that's
Agreed.
people
true.
would not want to communicate with each other because we're all perfect. But we're not. In return,
Okay, from what I've seen and what I understand, I have a question for you guys because, like I said, I didn't come in the beginning of this case. I came kind of towards, I think it was like 4 months after Sebastian had been missing. Um, normally I would think if a child was missing and they had attended a church just one or two times or whatever, if that family is active, right, in the church, then has that church came out actually and, said, put out a statement that, we miss him, we pray that he is found, did they, thank you, Sharon, did they, in my opinion, say, hey, we'll have a vigil here? Why, if they haven't, then that's kind of awkward to me, because you would think that they would offer, anything, any kind of help, anything, in my opinion.
Turn, look, have some compassion. Learn to accept things. Like, there's answers that we all have want, and we just don't get.
Not yet, anyway.
Exactly. And
Well,
and
Chris,
we want nothing more than to have them. Sebastian to be home. That's what's important here.
Yeah, but you got to understand, when there's a missing child and they're, like you said, tearing people apart, when people feel there's inconsistencies in stories, and people are going to dissect that. That's what this sector does.
I know. And the sad part is because the whole story cannot come out.
Right.
Because law enforcement doesn't want things out. There are people out there that want to take one thing and twist it and shove it into a direction which they don't need it to be going, but they're doing it anyways. For what reasons? It ain't my business. But it sure in the world doesn't help find Sebastian. This community, true crime, and all these creators out there, they could do so much
amazing
more.
things.
Yes.
Amazing things,
Everybody
absolutely.
can. And I've had this conversation with several people. They could do so much better. They really can.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that.
And instead of just going after each other, and I mean, I've even heard creators going after creators, for their own personal reasons. That's their choice. But when it comes to this community and finding these children, Sebastian,
Did we lose you? Now we can.
sorry, I don't know what happened. But with all of these kids that are missing, all these creators can do so much.
Well, and
So
a lot
much
of
good.
us do, Chris.
Oh, I
But
know, and that's why I'm not bashing.
no, I
I'm
mean,
just saying,
I
if
know.
everybody came together, God, it could be an unstoppable force.
Hey, Christy Smith, thanks for being here. An unstoppable force if we all came together, which I agree with that. But you wanted certain ones to push certain narratives, in my opinion, right? To go with what you say, in my opinion. You wanted to control the narrative, in my opinion. But yeah, I wanted you guys to see that again. We'll keep going over old things, but good things, I believe, right? And yes, Jen, yes, we are unstoppable force. We are. Veronica says, red flag right there. We all have answers. Well, what we want, he didn't say well, but he switched up quickly, right? Yeah. We will not be stopped. We'll continue about Sebastian till he's home with his father. We will continue, and you will hear about Sebastian every time that you're on YouTube, right? Every time you're on YouTube and that boy's face pops up. Hang on, let me see if I can find. I know I have a picture of Sebastian in here. It may be old, from the voices. This is from the, no, let's do the flyer. I'm going to do the flyer. That was the gathering of voices. You see that face right there? You see that missing, still missing. Hey, Shauna, thanks for being here. Still missing for 2.5 years. Past 2.5 years now, right? Birthday's coming up in December. Birthday is coming up in December, guys. Right? You see that face right there? Whoever's watching in the shadows, and I said shadow. How convenient. In the bushes. You see that face? That face right there is why we're here. That one, Summer, all these missing children's, why we're here, why we spend our time, our research, our talking, is for these kids. Right? Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, guys. If you see him, call 911 right away. I've failed at doing this, trying to, get his picture up. I want to always remember to put his picture up. We talk so much about these other things. Always, I want to put his picture up, his face out there. If you see him, call 911. If you know anything. Yeah, thank you, Shauna, for being here, honey. I appreciate you being here. And everybody else, too, and my mods. I greatly appreciate you all for dropping all the links and things that you do. You don't know how much I appreciate you. Starting next week, guys, I will be on, well, probably starting tomorrow. I'll be on earlier during the day, about 2 or 3 Eastern time, possibly 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. But we are here for Sebastian, for Summer, for these missing children, all missing children, for this true crime genre. We're going to keep it true crime. But if you know something, say something. Call 1-800-TBI. Oh, Shauna's a new member. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Thank you, Shauna, for becoming a member. Sorry, guys. It's going to be school time soon, and we got to get things rolling. But yes, his dad, Seth Rogers, is miserable. You can tell he's miserable. I would be too. He's held it together so much better than I ever could have, guys. Okay? And he wants his child home. This is his little boy, his pride and joy, right? He may not be 7 years old anymore, but that's his baby. That is his reason that he is here all the time, trying to get you all to pass out flyers, trying to get you to talk about him. We will not give up. Yes, we all love Seth and Sebastian so much. We will stand behind him come heck or high water, right? Thought about something. I think every parent should buy AirTag. Yeah, me and you. Hey, Mama, thanks for being here. Okay, guys, I'm going to play the Beaver song for y'all. And we are going to get out of here. I just pray every night before I go to bed that there's something new on these cases that, helps with these kids, right? Helps find these children, helps with their cases. I'm going to play the Beaver song for the ones that gifted memberships. I greatly appreciate y'all for mods, for the chat. Y'all are amazing. My offer still stands for truth. If he wants to come up on my panel anytime that I'm on, come on up, Mr. Truth, and we will have an adult conversation about some of the questions that I would like to ask. Here you go.
Thank you for becoming a member of my channel. Kiki 2025, true crime on this channel. You will see everything true crime, from podcast to cases to podcast. True crime. True crime. True crime. True crime. True crime.
Thank you guys again. Have a lovely night. I love y'all. See you around. I'm sure that Lady Freedom's probably going to do. Hang on. No. Good night, guys. Sorry. Talk to you later. And here's my outro.
$500 children in Tennessee. It's a mighty long way from you and me. 500 children, they're gone every month. I ain't never seen numbers like that. What could be going on? My goodness gracious, and we working hard to get you back home. Working hard to get you back home. Working hard to get you back home. Where are you, Sebastian Rogers? Where are you, Summer Wells? Where are you, Sebastian Rogers? Where